Welcome, everyone. Mr. Cohen here. Let's talk about how to organize our desktop. Let's give you a run through of what I have on my desktop and what you should have to make your life a lot easier. So the first thing you want to do is let's look at my desktop. The first thing you want to do is figure out how you want to lay out everything. Now, since my job is to teach you computer science, my job is to have the computer science applications ready to go in easy reach. You may have other classes that want something else. So the way you set it up is the way you want it to make your life easier. However, let me just show you some things that I think will make everyone's life helpful and streamline the approach. Recycling bin, obviously you should have that out there. Let's do your OneDrive folder. Now this is really important. So OneDrive, think of Google Drive from a few years ago, but OneDrive now has replaced it. And I'm telling you, this is not just me being paid to say yes, it's awesome. It really is. Google Drive has made it really difficult. So if you're now moving from your Chromebook to a Lenovo or you're somewhere else, look at OneDrive. Like seriously, look at OneDrive. I'm really impressed with it. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but once you figure it out, I like it a lot better. And for example, you can have multiple OneDrive accounts on your desktop. So with Google Drive, you couldn't. You had to install the software and you only got one account and you had to go to the other one. Here, you can set up multiple accounts. So if you have your own personal OneDrive, which you should have, don't just keep all your files on the school servers. You can have that. If you have your school one, you can have that too to sync up. If you have a different one, let's say for college or for another company you have or anything else, you can just line them all up and it will do its syncing and you can figure it out. And the sharing is just as easy. So I'm really impressed with OneDrive. Here are your three browsers. I use Firefox as much as I can. I understand for some of the Google properties, I will use Google. And Edge, by the way, is in fact Google. It's Chromium based, which is what Google Chrome is. So if you haven't given Edge a shot yet, don't dismiss it. Actually try it. Next is Teams. So if we're virtual when you're watching this, Teams is going to be a huge help for us. I've been looking at Teams for the last few months and I've really liked it. It allows you to communicate to stream. That's what I'm doing this on. It allows you to do a whole bunch of different things. OneNote should probably be here as well, but I don't use it all that much. And then your program. So we talked about Visual Studio Code here, VS Code. IntelliJ is here. Again, you can put them in the other corner if you want. I will also say that you should have either a folder on your desktop or a folder in OneDrive. I'm leaving it on my desktop because I control this laptop. I'm not too worried. This is not mission critical for me. But if I were you, and my recommendation to you as a student is to keep a folder inside your OneDrive that syncs everywhere with your stuff. GitHub is something else that I'm testing out, so we go from there. Along the bottom, okay, I have a way to get to my files. Outlook, I would absolutely get into a habit of using Outlook. Outlook is awesome. It beats going to the website to check your mail. If something comes in, it pops right up. I'm telling you, force yourself to open Outlook when you start the computer. Again, a browser. I like Snip and Sketch. If you have a problem, you want a screenshot, this is the simplest way to do it. You have your pen. Again, Teams at the bottom. VS Code is open, therefore it's at the bottom. Same with IntelliJ. If you don't have something, this is how you go about creating a shortcut. First, you have to find the program. So what I've learned, and you can do this, you can have nothing on your desktop and just type it in, is type the program you want. So we're going to do VS Code. And if you spell it wrong, it doesn't work. VS Code. You can see it here. Now, be wary of the right click. Right click. Now, sometimes you can pin to start. That's this thing here. When you click the start button, that's the start. You can pin it there. I don't particularly like that. You can pin to dock. We're gonna write. You can pin to taskbar. That's the bottom. Again, it's up to you. I don't think you should have that many icons along the bottom. But let's say you actually want to pin to the desktop, like we said. So we have to first open the file location. So we're going to open the file location. There you go. The next thing we're going to do is, again, we're going to highlight it and right click, and it's going to say, what do you want? So we're going to send to, and we're going to do desktop create shortcut. When you click on that, it's going to bring it here, and we're good. Now let's do another one. Let's do IntelliJ. Again, we're going to open file location if it's not popped up, or right click and do open file location. It's going to do that. And then again, we're going to right click. We're going to do send to. We're going to do desktop create shortcut. Okay, that's how you do all three. Again, your OneDrive is here. You can, on the left side, it's built in. You can also do send to desktop create shortcut if it's not there. Some people like to have my computer here. I find that at the bottom, this file folder icon will accomplish the same thing. Same with opening it from OneDrive. And then you have all your files that you can sync and you can share and you can do everything with. The next thing I would say to do is, how are you going to set up OneDrive? Well, we don't need to worry about that yet. Anyway, I'm going to stop there. That's how you should set up your desktop. And let's stop there.